Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Liv, I'm a brand and graphic designer, and in today's video we'll be talking about some common misconceptions about brand design. These are misconceptions that clients may have about before working with a designer, or even designers that want to find out more about what it entails to work with clients. And I'll be basing my own experiences on this and my own process and sharing how I work with clients. So I feel like the number one misconception about brand design is that branding is just the logo. So I'll usually get a message in my DM saying, hi, this is my business. I just need to get my logo refreshed and maybe have a new color palette for my socials. And I'll proceed to let them know my process and tell them a quote, to which they will just ghost and they will never reply again. I'm sure a lot of designers can relate to this because I feel like there is some misconceptions and clients are uneducated in the branding field, so they will not understand how much work actually goes into creating a brand. Therefore, they're assuming it's going to be cheap, that it's going to just be quick and easy, when in reality it's a bigger process to go through before we even go to the finished product. Let's look into paying, let's say, £50 or $50 for a logo versus paying £1,000 or $1,000 for a logo. What's the difference? So for a cheaper logo, and we're just talking logo here, you can go to sites such as Etsy or Fiverr, and usually you'll just tell the person kind of roughly what you want, maybe send them a few inspo pics, and then they will create your logo, usually based on kind of like a ready-made template that they're using for hundreds or even thousands of other businesses. That will mean that your logo will just end up looking like everybody else's. It will end up looking quite cheap, unprofessional, and usually will be quite generic. There will be no brand story behind it. So if that's what you're looking for, and if a logo is all that you want, then go for it. I'm not gonna judge you here. Well, maybe a little. I understand having to go to a site like Fiverr and getting a logo done there, or even making a logo yourself on Canva, just to get you started. And I think that's totally okay, because I think I always say this, the most important thing when starting a business is to just start and figure things out later down the line. Another example, let's say you are a little bit down the line, you have a slightly bigger budget, and you find a freelance graphic designer or a graphic designer with a small studio on Instagram. I'm just gonna say this, that we're not talking about big branding agencies here. We're talking about smaller designers, usually ones like myself on Instagram. You shoot them a message, you inquire via their website, and you're just curious as to what the process looks like. So when you reach out to me, this is what will usually happen. Stage one is the discovery stage. This is where we'll have an initial conversation about your business, about the project, about your vision for the project. I'll then be able to provide you with a quote for the project, and when you agree to it, I will then send you a deposit invoice, the client contract, and you'll also get an invite to a client portal via Notion. You'll be able to see the stage of the process that we're currently on. You'll be able to view all your presentations and also provide any feedback during the whole collaboration. This is already something that you won't be getting when you're paying $50 for a logo, because there won't really be much of a collaboration going on there. It's just you sending the person the money, telling them what you want, and them just being a pixel pusher and just doing it for you. If you want someone that actually listens to your vision and wants to understand and dig a little bit deeper, then this is where a brand designer will come in. So stage number two is the research and strategy. This is actually a stage that I really enjoy, because this is where we dive deep into your business. So before I even begin the design stage, you will have a strategy workshop on your Notion portal. It's a very detailed questionnaire, which we can go through together on a call, or you can go through it by yourself. But all the questions are digging deep into your business, into the why, the how, the what of your brand. It not only helps me as a designer, but also helps you get that clarity and get a further understanding that you might have not had. I have very good feedback from this workshop, and a lot of my clients really find it valuable. From this workshop, I then go do my own research based off of your answers. I will look at your competition, see what they're doing well, see what they might not be doing well, and also see how we can stand out. I then put all the information that I gathered into a comprehensive document, a PDF presentation that you'll be able to then view and approve. Most importantly, I put information on there on how we can apply all of that into your branding. This isn't just a document based off of your answers and, you know, me writing it all out based on what you said. This is me actually showing you from this insight that you've told me, this is how we can apply it to the design. From this, we can do this, and this is how we stand out. That is the most important process, I'd say, throughout the whole stage. I like to call this presentation like the guiding light throughout the design stage, because it really is like a little lighthouse that we have in the middle of an ocean. It helps us stay focused on the goal of this project. In this presentation, you also get visual direction. We wanted 2 mood boards in there with maybe like some rough color palettes, just to show you the direction that I think is best to go in based off of your answers. So this is why I'm trying to emphasize here, this is a collaboration. This is where you also be involved in the process. It's not just me doing all the work. And then the third step is obviously the fun step, which is the design stage. Only after all of that work is done and all of it is approved, then I only start designing. I will usually craft 1 to 2 concepts based on our strategy. You have the opportunity to review it and refine it and provide me feedback. Say if we do need revisions, you do provide me some feedback, and we have to kind of like do this little back and forth. This is the stage where I really find it super valuable for me as a designer to kind of see it from the client's perspective. I like to be a little bit informal. I don't do everything just through email. I like going into DMs. You know, if you have Instagram and you're active on there, we can just like go and do a little back and forth. We can do some voice notes in order to really refine and nail that design. And sometimes this back and forth with a client really does provide the best result. I think a lot of designers sometimes have this kind of thing where,
oh, I don't take feedback, I don't take negative feedback from clients because I know best, because I'm the designer, they should listen to me.
I don't think that is right. I think you as the client, you know your brand the best. And I need you as the client to be in love with the brand. You're the one that's viewing it every day. That's your baby, that's your business. So once we nail those basics and you approve everything, then we can move on. If it's applicable for you, we can move on to designing the other brand assets. So this could be things like brand pattern. This could be things like social media templates, highlight covers, illustrations, web design, just other aspects, packaging. There's so many different things that go into branding, and those are the things that we can, once we nail that, if we nail that initial stage, we can then continue working on the next items. Fourth and final is the delivery. After approval, I package all of your branding files, send them over to you, and you also receive a brand guidelines document. When I was planning for this video, I also asked on my Instagram, what do you think are some common brand misconceptions? Misconceptions that clients have when it comes to branding, and this is what some of you have said. Number 1, that it's quick and easy. I think we've established that in this video. It's not just a quick and easy process. Design process is a process, and depending on the back and forth, depending on all the feedback, the strategy stage could take 2 weeks. Then the design stage could take 3 to 4 weeks. It could be even longer. Like, it just all depends. It all depends on the brand. It all depends on the client communication. Things can sometimes drag on for 3 months. Sometimes people work with clients for a year. Like, it's all different, and it all depends on the client. It all depends on the project, and usually it will be determined within your client contract how long things will take. That clients think they don't need to know their brand or direction before inquiring. Yeah, that's somewhat of a red flag. Clients not knowing their direction, you're gonna have a hard time as a designer working with a client that doesn't know what they want, because they don't know what they want. How are you supposed to know what they want? I think clients also sometimes think we're mind readers. We're not. Saying that though, I think brand strategy and doing a workshop with the client can really help. See the brand with fresh eyes, see it with a little bit more clarity. It can help someone who doesn't know where they want to go with their brand. And I'm not saying that it can never happen, but it's gonna be harder. You're gonna probably need more feedback, you're gonna need more revisions. And I try to advise them as much as possible, but sometimes they need to also have a rough idea. And I think a green flag in a client is when someone does have a rough idea what they want, does have a rough vision for their brand, has a mood board. Oh my God, this is my love language. When a client actually sends you a Pinterest board, thank you. Also, I just think it shows you from a designer's perspective that the client is serious about their business, that they actually took the time to create this in order to help you. Yeah, definitely send your designers mood boards. Another thing was that revisions are unlimited. This is something that, yeah, revisions aren't unlimited depending on the project, but usually my limit is 3 revisions. So these are 3 sets of feedback that you can give. You can give 10 points in 1 revision. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not like, oh, it's only 3 edits that you can do. Another brand misconception, that you get immediate results. Branding is of course gonna help you bring results, and it's gonna help you be more recognizable, give a better client experience. But those things also take time, and it also requires work from you as a client, as a business owner, to put in the work and to use the branding in the correct way in order for it to bring in those results. So it's not just the designer's job to make your business successful. You have to make it successful. Like, that's just how it works. Hopefully this has been helpful and you could see the value in brand design. And yeah, and if you do want to work with me, if you found this really helpful and you thought, hey, I have a business and want to have someone that you can collaborate with, or a designer that will understand you and will listen to your brand story and will apply the strategy into the designs, then by all means, I'll leave my website and my Instagram. You can either DM me or you can inquire by my website. I also want to share a little bit of my own experience. So if you do have any questions that I can make into a video or add it into a video, definitely let me know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.